Good morning, and thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. I've been talking about using your imagination, seeing a picture in your mind about what you truly desire, and using your imagination to take you there. Dr. Maxwell Maltz, who wrote the book Psycho-Cybernetics, said, if you can imagine anything, why not imagine yourself successful? Realizing that our actions, feelings, and behavior are the result of our own images and beliefs gives us the lever that psychology has always needed for changing personality. It opens a new psychological door to gaining skill, success, and happiness. Isn't that a key? Skill, success, and happiness. You can be happy, healthy, and wealthy. Most of us, it seems, have grown up in a world where we think you have to sacrifice wealth for happiness or sacrifice love for success, whatever that means. I think success means where you have it all. You are healthy and wealthy, you're happy, you're loved, you have wonderful relationships. And really, since we live in a vibrational universe and everything vibrates, when you feel happy and healthy and wealthy, that becomes your experience. Most people wait for the health in order to feel healthy. They wait for something to happen before they react in a happy mood. But if we understand vibrational energy, that everything vibrates and we attract what we're in harmony with, then we can realize and understand and create a feeling of what would it be like if I was healthy, if I was vibrating at a high rate of speed, meaning tuned into health and happiness, tuned into my best life. What does it feel like when you are healthy and happy? Think of a day in your life, a moment where you were just thrilled to be alive. Maybe you felt like skipping down the street. Maybe you were playing your favorite sport or your favorite instrument, or playing with your grandchildren or your children, and you just didn't want the moment to end because it was so wonderful. Recall that feeling. Feeling is the secret. When you feel happy, healthy, wealthy, loved, peaceful, when you can tune in to those feelings, the cells of your body start to vibrate differently. They start to vibrate in health and happiness. And then they become electromagnetically charged, and that's what you attract in your life. Dr. Maxwell Maltz says, mental pictures offer us an opportunity to practice new traits and attitudes which otherwise we could not do. This is possible because, again, your nervous system cannot tell the difference between an actual experience and one that is vividly imagined. You can watch a movie and get so wrapped up in the story that you're jumping out of your seat when something suspenseful happens, or you're crying because something happened to the hero of the story, you get so emotionally involved, you vividly imagine it, and your whole body experiences it as if it's real. If we picture ourselves performing in a certain manner, it is nearly the same as the actual performance. Mental practice helps make perfect. Dr. Moltz gives us an example. In a controlled experiment, psychologist R.A. Vandel proved that mental practice in throwing darts at a target, where the person sits for a period each day in front of the target and imagines throwing darts at it, improves the aim as much as actually physically throwing the darts. Research Quarterly reported an experiment on the effects of mental practice on improving skill in sinking basketball free throws. One group of students that practiced throwing the ball every day for 20 days was scored on the first day and the last day. And a second group was scored on the first and last days, but they engaged in no practice in between. And a third group that was scored on the first day and then spent 20 minutes a day imagining that they were throwing the ball into the hoop. When they missed, they would imagine that they corrected their aim accordingly. So the first group, which practiced 20 minutes a day, improved by 24%. The second group, which had no practice, showed no improvement. And the third group, which practiced only in their imagination, improved 23%. Only 1% difference. Practicing in their imagination, they improved by 23%, where the group that physically practiced improved 24%. Imagine if you just imagined what you really wanted so vividly that you could feel it in every cell of your being. You got emotionally involved and you could bring it into your physical experience. The same result as if you actually experienced it in real life. If you experienced it in your imagination, it does appear in your real life. That's how this works. Imagine, what do you really, really, really want? And visualize it. Every morning when you wake up, give thanks for it already being done. It's already your experience. It's so vivid in your imagination that you feel it in every cell of your being. You know that it's yours. Physically, it must become your experience. That's how the law of attraction works. That's how the law of vibration works. The law of laws. See it in your mind. Experience it in your imagination so vividly that it feels real, and then it becomes real. The idea that you hold in your imagination, that you add feeling to, whether it's something that you would love or something that you fear, it becomes your reality because emotion is the language of the subconscious mind. Emotion is energy in motion. That really is how you bring your vision to reality, is adding emotion. How do you feel now that it's yours? What do you want to do? What do you want to be? What do you want to have? It really can be your life, but you have to practice it. You have to pretend, you have to visualize, you have to use your beautiful imagination. There's a story in psychocybernetics about using mental pictures to get a better job. A psychologist, lawyer, and inventor, William Moulton Marston, he might best be remembered as a creator of Wonder Woman under the pen name Charles Moulton, recommended what he called rehearsal practice. And he used rehearsal practice to people who came to him for help in advancing in their jobs. He said, if you have an important interview coming up, such as making an application for a job, his advice was to plan for the interview in advance. Go over in your mind all the various questions that are likely to be asked. Think about the answers you're going to give. Then rehearse the interview in your mind. Even if none of the questions that you have rehearsed come up, the rehearsal practice will still work wonders. It gives you confidence. And even though real life has no set lines to be recited like a stage play, rehearsal practice will help you ad lib and react spontaneously to whatever situation you find yourself in because you have practiced reacting spontaneously. Dr. Marston would say that we're always acting out some role in our life. Don't be a ham actor. Why not select the right role, the role of a successful person, and rehearse it? What does success look like to you? It doesn't have to be billions of dollars in the bank. It could be enjoying your retirement, traveling the world with your loved ones and everyone is healthy. It could be starting your own business and making a difference in the world, how business is done, how people collaborate instead of compete. What would it mean to you to be successful? What does your love life look like? If you really want to be loved, you have to love yourself. You have to know that you are worthy of love, and being in a relationship where you share your experiences openly, honestly, lovingly. What would that look like? What would that feel like? It doesn't matter if it's your career, your love life, your bank account, time and money, freedom, leaving a legacy. Like, you're going to leave a legacy. It doesn't have to be a big bag of money. It means, what are you known for? What would you have people say at your funeral? How did you affect your family, your community? You can find the best version of yourself. There is a creative mechanism within you that can help you achieve your best possible self. If you will form a mental picture in your imagination of the self that you want to be, and see yourself in the new role. This is a necessary condition to personality transformation. It doesn't matter what method you use, you must see yourself in the new role, whether it's at work, at home, climbing Mount Everest, starting a new business, enjoying a vacation. Close your eyes, relax your body as much as possible, and create a mental motion picture of yourself as you would like to be. So you're not just watching a movie on the screen, you're seeing yourself as the actor. You see yourself, you feel yourself actually enjoying life. I've witnessed seeming miracles in personality transformation when an individual changes their self-image. Get a glimpse of the potential creative power that stems from your own human imagination. You know, the images that we carry of ourselves are often way below what our potential is. Picture yourself how you want yourself. You could imagine yourself winning a contest. You can imagine yourself driving a new vehicle. You could imagine yourself sitting on a beach and enjoying a vacation. Great living starts with a picture held in your imagination of what you would like to be or do or have. Your present self-image was built on your own imagination. Pictures of yourself in your past, which grew out of interpretations and evaluations that you placed on experience. And now you're able to use the same method to build a beautiful self-image, one that is beyond adequate. If you've built a self-image of inadequacy, you can set aside time to be alone and undisturbed and relax, making yourself comfortable and exercising your imagination in the results that you do want. You might imagine yourself sitting in a dark movie theater in front of a movie screen. The important thing is to make the picture as vivid and detailed as possible. You want your mental pictures to approximate actual experience as much as possible. Pay attention to small details. Imagine in the environment, would there be sights, sounds, objects? If the imagination is vivid enough and detailed enough, your imagination practice is equivalent to an actual experience insofar as your nervous system is concerned. Your central nervous system can imagine the beautiful experience, what it's like now that you are healthy, wealthy, loved. See yourself acting, feeling, being what you want to be. Your nervous system will take care of this if you continue to practice it. And don't say, I'm going to do this later, I'm going to act this way tomorrow. Just say to yourself, I'm going to imagine myself acting this way for 5 minutes today. Imagine how you would feel if you were already the sort of personality you want to be. If you've been shy and timid, see yourself moving among people with ease and poise and feeling good because of it. If you've been fearful and anxious in certain situations, see yourself acting calmly and deliberately, acting with confidence and courage, and feeling expansive and confident because you are. This exercise builds new memories or stored data into your midbrain and your central nervous system. It builds a new image of yourself. After practicing it for a period of time, you'll be surprised to find yourself acting differently, more or less automatically and spontaneously, without trying. If you have been feeling inadequate, that's just automatic and spontaneous because of past memories, real or imagined, and you've built them into your automatic mechanism. So you will find that doing this for 5 minutes a day, you will start to get into that state of being, and your success mechanism will work just as automatically on positive thoughts and experiences as it does on negative ones. This is one of the principles in psychocybernetics. Dr. Maltz suggests that you spend 30 minutes a day picturing who you want to be. If you have difficulty visualizing your goal clearly, first form the mental picture and then allow your mind to wander and visualize and feel yourself into that picture. Get good at picturing in your imagination who you want to be. That requires practice. And just because the mental imagery isn't clear when you begin doesn't mean it won't get clearer, more vivid, more detailed, and more powerful each time you practice. When you started walking, you weren't able to run a marathon. It took practice to stay on your feet without falling over when you were a toddler. It's going to take practice in becoming the person that you desire to be. When you first begin, scan your body for tension and begin to consciously relax your head, your torso, your waist, your legs. Allow yourself to smile in your brain and in your body. That helps you to relax. As you begin to relax, concentrate on breathing deeply. Follow your inhale and your exhale. Allow positive energy to enter and exhale the negative. As you've done this, you can go back into your past and find a successful memory, an occasion when you did something well. It could be as simple as learning to tie your shoes or the first time you wrote your name in school. Whatever the success was, or when it happened is irrelevant. How big the success was doesn't matter. All that matters is that it triggers a positive, happy, feel-good experience in you right now. Replay and relive the positive memory, and then go into the future and picture how you want to be with the same feeling as you felt in the past. Project that, add emotion to what you're seeing in your mind's eye. Relax and picture it again. If you find your mind wandering, don't be hard on yourself. Each time your mind wanders, bring yourself back. It takes practice. Practice creating the version of you that you really want to be, to do, and to have. Create a wonderful day. Enjoy your day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7. And for my clients, we're going to talk about going deep into the subconscious mind at 9 o'clock this morning. Thank you. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7.